Or we turn to the great Art Laffer, former Reagan economist and a Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient, and who's been involved in active debates like the one that we just saw. So CNN, the Washington Post, the New York Times, Obama economists, they've all said that this is bad policy. And yet you now hear Gene Sperling doubling down on it. He did so on Thursday. What do you think?
I think that Neil Cavuto is one of the most brilliant people on the earth for doing what he did there in that debate. He wouldn't let Gene Sperling get away with it. Wage and price controls, government agencies to go after gouging. If you knew it were gouging, of course, you and I would agree with that. But they're going to define what gouging is. And believe me, gouging will be done by enemies of the administration, not by people who actually gouge. They don't even know what gouging is, for goodness sakes. So this is a silly thing. And I was there in wage and price controls under Nixon. It didn't work then, and it's not going to work now. And it's going to really hurt the country and hurt individual people dramatically.
By the way, Art, did you tell the folks in the inner sanctum around Nixon that this wasn't going to work, that it was going to cause shortages, which of course it did, and repress inflation?
Yes.
Because as soon as you took the controls off, it went sky high. Did you tell them, and what did they respond?
Yes, I did, but even more so. My boss told him, George Shultz told him, this is a stupid idea, it won't work, it's a bad thing, but politically they wanted to do it. Yeah. And, you know, for George, I felt very sorry for him. He had to defend that policy because he was a really high-ranking guy. I never had to defend it. I told my mom that I just wrote a speech for Nixon, and it was perfect. Nixon didn't change a word. Well, he changed two words. Everywhere I put is, he put is not, and everywhere I put is not, he put is. But other than that,
it was right on track. That's beautiful.
There you
know,
go.
you only
that was the whole Nixon.
Right. But you only hear of these price controls if the government has made a mistake. I mean, that's the point, because price controls are only put in by people who refuse to admit that they were the cause of inflation, right?
Well, I think so. But, you know, there are other reasons. I mean, price controls, these lefties want to do price controls. They want to control everything in your life. I mean, it's amazing what they want to do. But yes, it's generally speaking, the administration made a mistake, as Nixon did, and as Biden and Harris did with high inflation. And now they want to sit there and try to blame someone else for the policies they made and the problems that they caused.
But they picked a terrible example. I mean, we've got charts, all kinds of charts that disprove that there was price gouging in food. You can look at the producer price index, compare that to the consumer price index, and you see they track pretty regularly, particularly in the past 4 months or so, exactly the time when Gene Sperling and others say the bad stuff was being done. And then you can look at the profit margin of the food industry, which is way at the bottom. The green line there is the profit margin of the food industry. It's nothing compared to the total market or other industries. I mean, Apple has a 30% profit margin, but 1.6%, really? That's gouging?
Oh, the difference is between Apple and apples. Apples have no margin, and Apple has large margins.
That's a good one.
But
I
the
like
truth
that.
of the matter is, thank you. The reason they chose to go after groceries is because those are the prices that rose. In the free market, they rose. It's not because they did gouging. It's because they're the prices that rose, and they want to make sure the consumer that goes to the grocery store says, my team, Harris and Waltz are in favor of helping me, and you grocery stores are bad. It's purely political. It has nothing to do with economics. In fact, it's anti-economics. Right. And I was embarrassed by Gene Sperling's defense of it. I've always thought of him as being a pretty good guy. This is really disappointing to hear him say this stuff.
Well, something that's also defies not only economists' logic, but also basic business sense is this $25,000 gift to a subsidy for new home buyers. I mean, it's like, again, if you're in the business, you know that how this will play out. But how do you think a $25,000 subsidy for new home buyers would affect the housing market?
Now, I don't know how many new home buyers there are, but let's say we have 4 million new homes built a year. And let's say that half of those are new home buyers, but it have to be all of them. And so that's 25,000 per year. That's what is that about 100 billion right off the top there?
Yep.
Now 100 billion is a lot of money. That will cause people. That's just a straight welfare grant. It'll cause people to stop working. It'll lower production and output and employment. That will raise the prices of houses by a lot of money, probably about $25,000 per new home sold.
Yeah.
Just guessing, just guessing. And it'll also cause interest rates to rise as well because it'll lead to more inflation.
Yeah.
So you're going to have less employment, you're going to have higher inflation, and you're going to have higher priced homes, and you're going to have a bigger deficit as a consequence of all of that. How is that good for the American people?
Yeah.
And why would anyone in their right mind vote for such a thing unless they are undertakers and psychiatrists who try to help people in real trouble?
And you
you
know,
these are the only things there.
I was just going to say, the bottom
David.
line is you don't have to be an economist to understand all this. It is, and you hear it from former President Trump quite a bit, it is common sense, right? Very quickly, 10 seconds.
Well, for Gene Sperling, it takes a PhD in economics not to understand the obvious. Why is he doing that? I was so embarrassed for Gene. You know, our profession is a fine profession. We can disagree on lots of stuff and everything, but it's a fine profession. That's silly. I don't think anyone on the other side really believes any of that nonsense, and they're just trying to sell a bill of goods to people, and it is embarrassing.
Art Laffer, wonderful to see you, Art. Thank you so much for coming in.